From the wheel, which enabled faster and better transportation, to the internet, which turned the entire world into a small digital community. These are 10 of the most important inventions that changed the world. For more intriguing and interesting videos from the Nerdy Punch, please don't forget to subscribe. Number 10. The wheel. One of the most significant inventions that made the world go round, if you will, is the wheel. Before its invention in 3500 BC, transporting goods over land over great distances was extremely limited. Humans had to rely on the strength and stamina of an animal or group of humans to move objects and supplies. But when wheels came around, humans began moving heavier stuff farther and faster. But the invention of the wheel didn't only change how we transported stuff and traveled. It has also given way to new inventions and innovations when humans figured out that the wheel could also be used to run mechanisms such as those found in clocks and turbines. Number 9. Ships. Early humans used to think that there was nothing beyond the seas until they figured out a way to cross them using ships. Since then, humans have discovered that the world is larger than they previously thought and that there's so much to explore and so much to conquer. Indeed, ships have connected lands separated by seas and oceans in ways humans never thought possible. And as ships became bigger, faster, and more sophisticated, they have become crucial in making the world work. Apart from transporting humans for luxury, ships are also now used for fishing, transporting goods, vehicles, supplies, oil, and even other ships. Ships also play vital roles in peacekeeping, as well as in starting wars. Number 8. The steam engine. Land travel used to be painfully long and slow. It usually takes days, even weeks or months, to reach a destination using animal-powered transports. But with the invention of the steam engine, land travel changed significantly. The first practical steam engine was patented by Thomas Savery in 1698. Later in 1781, James Watt patented an improved steam engine which gave way to important technological innovations in human history during the Industrial Revolution. During the 1800s, the steam engine began to revolutionize not just the way humans traveled over land. It also gave way to crucial advancements in agriculture and manufacturing industries. Later on, the basic principle of the steam engine set the stage for innovations like internal combustion engines and jet turbines, which made cars, propeller, and jet engines possible during the 20th century. Number 7. Airplanes. Since ancient times, man has dreamt of being able to fly. On December 17, 1903, that dream has finally been fulfilled when Wilbur and Orville Wright achieved the first powered, sustained, and controlled flight with their airplane. The Wright brothers started with gliders and later on laid the foundation for modern aeronautical engineering. And in just a few years, plane construction and engines became more sophisticated and more powerful. Some airplanes became bigger, being able to carry over 1,000 passengers at once, while others became faster, being able to fly faster than the speed of sound. All this gave man the ability to travel over thousands of miles in less time, and the ability to wage and win wars from the air. Number 6. Cars. Horse-drawn carriage used to be the fashionable way to get around until cars came along. Although the modern car's engine power is still measured in terms of horsepower to this day. Although the foundation of the modern car was laid in 1886 by German inventor Carl Benz, cars did not become widely available until the early 20th century, when Henry Ford innovated mass production techniques that became standard with Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. Since then, car manufacturers from Europe and Japan began to spring up, and cars became better and more sophisticated. More affordable cars are also now available with the likes of Japan's Toyota, Mitsubishi, Honda, and Nissan, and South Korea's Hyundai and Kia. Today, there's a certain type of car for certain types of terrain and people. Thanks to modern cars, land travel has become so much faster, cheaper, and more comfortable. Number 5. The camera. The camera is undoubtedly one of the most important inventions. It has undergone a lot of changes from starting as camera obscura to becoming a digital camera. And the camera is now in a lot of everyday items that we carry around, such as the phone and laptops, and is everywhere, even in our homes. The camera was first used in 1826 when Joseph Nicephore Niepce used a sliding wooden box camera made by Charles and Vincent Chevalier to capture the first permanent photograph. In the late 20th century, digital cameras replaced conventional cameras to store pictures on memory cards, which replaced films for most handheld devices. It was Stephen Sasson, a Kodak engineer, who invented and built the first digital camera in 1975. His invention took on the world even further when cameras began finding their way into the modern mobile phone. Number 4. Electricity. Electricity has come a long way from being a novelty to becoming a utility. It is naturally present, but the practical applications to effectively use it was invented. The first practical method of generating electricity was discovered by Alessandro Volta. Later on, the term volt became a unit of measurement for electric current. 1831 is marked as the year of a major breakthrough for electricity when a British scientist, Michael Faraday, discovered the basic principles of electricity generation. These days, electricity almost rules the way we live. It's what runs our homes, starts our car, powers our mobile phones, enables entertainment, and facilitates faster transfer of information over the internet. Number 3. The telephone. Imagine a world without the telephone. I know, right? You just can't. Thanks to the telephone, we are now able to communicate over long distances and instantly exchange information. Credit goes to Alexander Graham Bell, who was the first to be awarded a patent for the electric telephone in 1876. The idea of the telephone came to him while teaching the deaf and while visiting his hearing-impaired mother. He called his first telephone an electrical speech machine. The telephone quickly gained popularity and helped pave the way for an interconnected world that revolutionized global business and communication. To honor Bell, U.S. telephone service stopped for a minute on the day of his death on the 2nd of August, 1922. Number 2. Computers. Think about how so much slower the world would be right now if we had no computers. Computers didn't just speed up the way numbers are crunched, they also allowed us to communicate at lightning speeds. The first scientist to lay the foundation of the computer was Charles Babbage, an English polymath and mechanical engineer. He invented the first mechanical computer in the early 19th century, which did complex calculations. But it wasn't until 1936, when the principles of the modern computer was proposed by Alan Turing, another English scientist. With Turing's invention, the English were able to crack German Nazi-coded messages during the Second World War. His invention has also provided a foundation for the creation of the modern supercomputers. Today, computers are pretty much everywhere, from our mobile phones to our televisions, cars, and ships. Indeed, computers run pretty much most part of our everyday life. Number 1. The Internet. What would life be these days without the Internet? Imagine a life without email, instant messaging, Google, Amazon, Facebook, or Netflix. For most people today, life without the Internet is simply unbearable. Indeed, the Internet is perhaps the most important invention in recent times. The development of the Internet was the work of countless people, but the person most often credited with its invention is Lawrence Roberts, a computer scientist. The foundation of the Internet was laid in the 1960s when a team of computer scientists working for the U.S. Defense Department's ARPA, or Advanced Research Projects Agency, built a communications network to connect the computers in the agency. This network was called ARPANET. Since then, the Internet has grown exponentially and connected billions of people through billions upon billions of interconnected devices that are transferring data with mind-boggling speeds. And thanks to the internet, we're now getting our news 7 hours before it hits national TV. That's it for this video. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button for more intriguing videos from the Nerdy Punch.